Well, I am very thankful that Simon Dan, after all this time has passed since I last sent him a message back in September, I thought that he would never return the favor and come back to our channel because we talked about some things that he will not address in his videos and that he failed to address the first time he talked about one of my videos. And in that video, it was quite funny. I did not want to make fun of him or embarrass him in any way, hurt his reputation, so I avoided breaking down his commentary on my video where I was just talking about the curve being fake from the hurricane they had back then. And Psyman over here, I will skip to that scene where he says we tried to debunk weather. We were just talking about the curve. The storm was real. People did lose their lives. We mentioned that in the video. And here's the curve, and I was just addressing this curve. And I did something with this storm using the map that they gave us of how wide this storm was, and based on the curve I put this and tried to match it up as best as I could to the curve of a globe to see how wide this storm really is. And when you measure the storm, and given that the earth is roughly 8,000 miles in diameter, you can see that it only took about 3 of these lines to equal one earth diameter, meaning this storm is quite large, or earth is just really small, about 1,500 miles in diameter. That was all I was saying in this video. And he came back. His response, let me skip to it, was a golf ball. He used a golf ball to debunk me. And with his scale, putting that on a golf ball, if you would have used a golf ball with a globe on it, you would have had very similar results because his hurricane, it only took about a little less than 4 of them to span across the diameter of the golf ball, which we could pretend this is a globe. And a lot of people didn't do that. They were coming in commenting saying, oh, your earth was as big as a golf ball according to your math. No, that's not what I was doing at all. But with his little chart that I took from his video, this is a screenshot from his video, the earth would be about 5, 10, 15, 2,000 miles in diameter. So, not really sure how that debunked me in the first place. Didn't get into those details. It's not about right or wrong. It's about being a deceiver or being someone who does science. Making fun of typos in other people's videos and making a living off of that is not science. Change your name. You are not a scientist. Bill Nye is not a scientist. Neil deGrasse Tyson is not a scientist. They're actors. Okay, it's obvious. But here's the typo, one of them in question. I've seen a lot of comments on the video. I have yet to even watch the response to my video from Simon, and I don't plan on watching it. I'm sure he's going to comment on the typos that I knew were there, and this isn't a typo at all. This is actually a cut and paste error on my part. I had many tabs pulled up. This video was made back in October, where I was really busy, and after I put this video up and went away and came back to it and realized, oh crap, I made some mistakes. People had pointed it out, and I thought I'd pinned a comment talking about these, but I didn't. These were something that I realized people could see that it was a mistake and go, well, I can do the math myself, no big deal, move along, nobody gets hurt. So I don't mind taking some heat to have some of you people sent this way. I am sure that his video was just set there to kind of discredit us and all the people we are waking up with the truth about creation and everything, because what we are doing is dangerous. That's why they're deleting so many channels. That's why we're being censored. It is waking way too many people up, way faster than they thought. It was a controlled leak. There were some false people put in place to kind of discredit the whole thing in the first place. There are a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and they will never address what I'm about to show you. It's things I addressed in the first video, and I'm trying to address these because the videos are vanishing. They're vanishing very quickly. Even the original videos are vanishing quickly. But you guys are free to look them up. I will leave these links in the description. I had to go and find a new link because the original video of this satellite launch that I used was gone. And it has to do with faking space. Okay? If the people we are worshiping as our leaders and giving us wisdom of this world, we need to find out what are their motivations, who are they, and have they lied to us. That's all we're saying. And yes, there are lies. And if you can catch somebody lying to you once, it should discredit them a little bit, okay? And they're always going around advertising themselves. We do not just look at NASA. There are lots of fake space organizations because they're all fake. They can do certain things. They can launch rockets. They can send them pretty high. They can do a lot of really cool things. I am not undermining any of their accomplishments. There are some major accomplishments that these people have done. A lot of brilliant people out there. But it's easy to be deceived. But I want to show you one of those deceptive times because I was a huge space fan. I played with model rockets, loved watching these satellite launches. There are tons of footage of these things launching, and I never would have ever suspected that they were faking it back then. These were my heroes, and these were your heroes. These were our parents' heroes, and they are heroes of many today. And I was watching a satellite launch someone shared, and there was a string attached to it. I shared this in the last response video. And this was back in '84. This was after the fake Apollo missions. Yes, they were fake. Many believe that we went. But this is a satellite launch. And you can see when it goes up, there is a string above it. Pulling it out, you can look at it. I will pause it so you can see it. There it is. There is a string right here. Here it is again. When they look up, string right here. This is a string. What you're seeing, this is a satellite, not a trash can. Many people have no clue what this is. They're like, what are you showing me? That's allegedly a satellite going into deep space. And what you see is a string. It is an obvious string. Okay? Some people just can't see it. I don't know why. Just look for it, see it, there it is. People like Simon cannot see it or will not talk about it. I really don't think they are allowed to talk about things like that. There is no debunking that. It's an obvious string. It's not gravity. It's not some tool they used. If you look at pictures of this satellite before they launched it, high definition pictures, you will see there is no string there, and they didn't use fishing poles to launch satellites back in the day. But there are other examples of this. That's just one lie, one obvious lie. We're here to point out the obvious lies, and we compile them. Some of them, they say, have been debunked. I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, this one hasn't, and it's just one of many lies. They don't always get caught in these lies. We have seen other things happen recently where, the vanishing panels, people pulling on wires, the stuff that's been passed around that many of us have shared. But it goes beyond this. There are so many instances where these deceivers have been caught, where their wire harnesses are not maxed out properly, where their multi-layer technology fails during a live feed, and they update their technology to where this doesn't happen as often, but you can see it, okay? There are no pockets of gravity in space. These magicians and wizards have tricks. This virtual reality hammer stayed where it was while the non-VR card falls to the ground. That's all it is. This guy is not in space, okay? They're really friendly. They're really cool. They like to stare directly at the camera and just fool you with their wizardry. I don't know how they do a lot of the tricks they do. But these people have been caught deceiving the masses. And this is something that doesn't get talked about, okay? I don't plan on Simon coming back and talking about the microphone getting shoved into Chris Hadfield's throat and his face while he was pretending to be hanging upside down and singing live right before they cut back to the control room, the damage control room, that this stuff happens. And so, not here thinking or expecting him to address any of these issues. I am here for those who have eyes and can see the deception in the first place. And it goes on and on. I can show you the obvious deception while I'm here. Again, many of those who do exactly what I'm doing are vanishing really fast without warning, without strikes or anything. Okay? But somebody asked in the comments, why couldn't I pull the sun back up in that video with a zoom camera? The one in the video that Simon was talking about, where you see the sun go behind the mountain. That's a really good question. And I'm going to show you why right here. And it has to do with what's in the air. What prevents us from seeing past 20 miles across the surface of Earth with really good clarity? There's something in the air. It's called atmosphere. It has water in it, and that water acts like a lens. This has been proven, and you can see some footage we will show you that proves exactly what we're showing you here on a small scale. But I'm doing this to demonstrate a point. When the sun moves away from us as it circles above the Earth, that sun does set. It appears to be going over the curve, just like many things we see that appear to go over the curve. And when we try to zoom in, it doesn't matter how good my zoom is on any camera, I can zoom in as much as I want. I will never be able to bring that sun back into focus. Okay? If you go diving, scuba diving, and you dive down 500, 1,000 feet deep and try looking up in crystal clear water and zooming in on the sun with a zoom camera that's above the water, let's say it's noon and the sun's directly above and you're at the bottom of the ocean, you will not be able to see the sun no matter how good your zoom is. And I think you can figure out why if you understand what water does to light. It does a lot of different things, and we're seeing that. You can do an experiment. Get a clear glass of water, put it on your table, and set a light a few inches or 4 inches above the table. Move it away from you when you're looking directly at it through the water, and you'll watch it do the same thing that this candle did. It went down into the table, when in reality, it's still there. Okay? We have seen the curvature of Earth, and I will show you some examples because people do not talk about this on those channels like SciManDan. So I will show you what I'm talking about, and it has to do with that darn curve that we keep seeing, that keeps appearing in videos that we've addressed before, and it is obvious curve. I mean, anyone can see this and go, yep, that's the curve of the Earth. The Earth is really small. If we follow that curve but ignore that, look at that curvature. It's amazing. But then we change our camera angles and it goes away. But don't look at that footage, just look at this footage. That's curve. It's real. We can see it. Here's some more of that curve, you dumb flat tards. Look, here's a photo of the Earth from space. And we've seen this footage. But never does anyone look at stuff like this and put that on a poster or say, look, there's Earth from space. And never does anyone ever do fisheye lens experiments that would totally destroy the concave, perfectly concave Earth that we see when we watch footage from SpaceX and NASA. We've seen this footage many, many times where that Earth horizon changes. And you can use a flat line and produce those same results with a fisheye lens, but you cannot do exactly what they do with a curved line. It won't fold or it won't bend the exact same way. It just won't. And I've done that experiment myself. While others choose to sit and make fun of other videos, we are doing real experiments and analyzing space footage more than we ever have before, taking out flat and level surfaces and seeing if we can find the curve there. And we do. Not surprised. Not surprised again. Keep finding it. And no, this marker board is not curved. People see this and go, you're using a curved marker board. This marker board is a standard marker board. They don't sell marker boards that are shaped with an arch at the bottom. They are perfectly straight. And people forget exactly how small we are on this Earth. You just have to put your camera really close to that level surface. The middle of your lens should be right next to that surface. If you have your phone or some other camera above the surface and it's a couple inches off or an inch off, that's not reality. That 1 inch off is probably hundreds of miles, if not thousands of miles above the surface of the Earth when you're looking for curve. Okay, so lots of tests you can do to replicate the curve that we're seeing, and even over large bodies of water, we get pictures like this over these distances of about 13.8 miles where a lighthouse is hidden by the curve of Earth. It is very obvious to anyone with eyes that you cannot zoom in and bring back the bottom of this lighthouse or the surrounding land and buildings that are nearby. It just won't happen because you flat earthers are wrong and we found the curve right here. Sadly, we go and we see on a different day with another observation following the scientific method, making repeated observations before we come to conclusions. We see that that lighthouse is back in existence, The curve no longer exists. It should exist over that far. 13.8 miles, you can use the Earth curve calculator. There should be some curve. There is none. You can see the land and the shoreline as well as the entire lighthouse. And when the curve vanishes, we're told it's a mirage. This, my friends, is not a mirage. That's not what a mirage looks like. Okay? This is what you should see if the Earth were not round. And many see the missing curve and they just say, well, Earth is way larger. You can believe that. The shape of the Earth will not save you. The shape will not set you free. I'm not here for you to become someone who believes that the Earth is not round. I believed in it for many years and had many great things happen, many miracles. It did not hinder me from salvation, but it did separate me in distance from the Creator who loves us more than we are being told. There are so many lies of religion. This earth and its shape is one of many lies that are very convenient, and it's all the same people putting them out. The Royal Societies, the secret societies, Freemasons, Jesuits. It's all the same powers. They all work for the same powers, and we are exposing them. And it scares them. That's why they are doing the damage control. That's why every country now wants to go to the moon. And you're seeing some really sad fails at faking this stuff, and no one's talking about it. It should have been in the news. More people watched us send people to the moon in the 60s, and now that our population is where it is now, we are watching cartoons of Israel try to go to the moon, and only about 50,000 people were watching it live on YouTube. That's sad, because they know it's fake. They know that so many of us are trying to wake people up in the comments that people are going to realize this is fake. Watching a cartoon while they're saying it's going there, I mean, for goodness sake, we faked this stuff better back in the 60s. We at least showed video of it, of us landing. We called the moon with a landline, and then they lose signal now. I don't understand how people aren't waking up to this fraud at a way faster rate. It's sad, and we are here to wake people up. No, Simon will not come back and address the fakery and the fake stuff from the Israel deal where they just had it go down. He will find videos like mine with typos and try to make fun of us and send some of you this way. I am thankful he did. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that at least one of you out there will see this and go, wow, those are some good points from someone who is doing real science and not just making fun of people. Okay? That is not science. There are tons of observations you can make, and we are making them like crazy. Are we always right? No. Are there some fake flat earthers out there making us look bad? Yes. Is flat earth our religion? No, it's not. We don't know what shape the earth is beyond how far we can see. No one has ever seen it from space. All of the pictures from Earth are so easy to debunk and destroy. It's not even funny anymore. And no one can debunk some of these proofs that we have that they're all fake. NASA admits they're fake. If we had real pictures of Earth, Simon would be showing them, and that's all that would be needed. You could just show us a real picture of Earth, and we'd go away. But they can't. There's no picture of Earth with stars in the background, ever. And I went out and took a picture of the moon the other night, before the fake moon landing, and I had a picture of the moon and stars at the same time. The moon is brighter than the Earth. So if I need to send my camera up next time they have a launch, so be it. I will. It'd be worth it to take a picture of the Earth with stars behind it. Just use the same settings I did, which was literally just pushing the button to take the picture. I'm no photographer, but you can do these things yourself. You don't need someone like me or someone like Simon painting in reality for you like they do. I don't want to bring you computer animations or models of the Earth, because in reality, we're not supposed to even have models of creation, because they will be used to deceive. It says so in the Bible to not have such models, and we all had globes growing up. No one thought to question it. And I'm here to get you guys to ask some questions. You can make fun of us. That's fine. We were told that would happen, and we knew it would happen. We made fun of people that believed in the flat earth before we came here, at least in our minds. If not in the comments, we did in our minds, like, wow, these people are dumb. New Age stoners. What the heck are they talking about? We've known it's been round since circumnavigation. So you guys our beloved creation. I love you guys. I love all of you. The Father loves you. We're here to share that good news. There is grace out there that you are being kept from, and a lot of us live under condemnation, and you need to be set free. There are miracles that are about to start happening. I don't want you to miss out. Time is really running out. And if you have any questions, send us an email anytime. We'll be glad to get back to you. This is what we do when we can, when we have time. Yes, we work and we have jobs, but we devote every waking minute that we can to sharing the good news and exposing the lies. Keep opening your eyes and helping us open the eyes of others. If you're just now waking up to the fact that there's fraud because you've never seen it, that's awesome. Ask us questions. Try to disprove it. Try to disprove that there's fraud, like we all did. If you can, let us know. If not, we're here for you, and we love you. So come back, see us, hang out, or just leave a mean comment and walk away. Either way, it's all right. We're here for the ones that have eyes. Thanks, and God bless.
However, sometimes something a little different happens. Sometimes you just might find a little pocket of